Welcome back, everybody. The Batman and Robin of the investment world are now 91 and 98. The dynamic duo that is Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger set for another, quote, what might be their last Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting, and probably will not be, the first in person since 2019. Before he heads to Omaha, Yahoo Finance editor-in-chief Andy Serwer is here with his latest column on the Woodstock for capitalists. My favorite part of the column was a reminder that cherry Coke and peanut brittle actually fuels the dynamic duo, and who doesn't love peanut brittle and cherry Coke? But what's new about this meeting other than it's the first in person in a few years?
Well, there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about because Buffett has been very active. And what's interesting is during the first stock market downturn in 2020, you guys, he did nothing. I mean, he sold some airlines, right? But he did not jump in. And that's because probably things were so uncertain. Lately, he has made a bunch of moves. He bought that big insurance company, Allegheny, which is his biggest acquisition in 6 years. He also invested in HP, and he's done some other moves as well. And so I think that, Occidental Petroleum. And so I think that there's going to be a lot of questions about those investments. And then there's also shareholder resolutions as well, you guys.
Rochelle?
Okay. Well, so when we think about what comes next for both of these two profiles, when you think about the investments that they've made recently, and perhaps some of the people underneath of them, quite frankly, have made, how might it change the investment strategy going forward?
Well, you know, it's interesting because there is this tug and pull, Brad, between the two old guys, which is to say Buffett and Munger, and then the younger guys, Ted Weschler and Todd Combs. And they have steered Berkshire into things like Apple, which is their biggest investment and their most successful. And so, you know, that's sort of, wow, you can buy tech stocks. And, Buffett's sort of gotten religion there and said, well, it's not really a tech stock. It's the greatest consumer device in the history of the planet. Both positions are right, both takes on that. So I think there is going to be this little bit of a dialogue there as well when people ask, well, can you still buy tech stocks? Are you ever going to be interested in that? Are you only going to do these old economy stocks? And speaking of stocks, by the way, though, of course, we should talk about Berkshire Hathaway itself because it's been on a great run. And just it happens every time, you guys. Look, you can see it right there. The stock underperforms during raging bull markets, particularly bubbles, and they always say, oh, he's lost it. And I remember so clearly 20 years ago during the tech bubble, oh, he's lost it. And you can see it. Well, you can't see it on that one, but you can see the most recent one. Underperforming during the era of FANG, right? And since, FANG has been going down recently, Berkshire has been going up, and now Berkshire Hathaway has outperformed the market year to date, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years. Yeah. So remarkable. The oracle is back.
And when you think of where they were pre-COVID, then what can people expect that will be familiar from the usual shareholder meetings that they've known?
Yeah, Rochelle, that's something I'm really looking forward to, which is getting back into that groove of those 40,000 people just hanging out. It's actually the 40,000 happiest people in the United States of America. And it's primarily Americans. I mean, there's some people from overseas, but they're all Berkshire Hathaway shareholders, so they're
parrot heads, man.
Yeah, right, exactly. Those two, and they're going to and so they're very happy. They've done very well, and they're enjoying life, and they all, sort of, are there in the church of Warren Buffett, and so he's like, don't worry about things, just be happy, enjoy your family. Buy Berkshire Hathaway stock, go shopping in the convention center with all the Berkshire brands there, have Dairy Queen ice creams, have your See's peanut brittle. Yeah. I mean, See's peanut brittle, I have to confess, is the best peanut brittle.
It's delightful.
I mean, it really is amazing, and I can understand how you could just, where is ours? I'll bring some back.
Please do.
How about that?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we need to do that.
You're having lunch with them, right? You're bidding on the lunch.
I am not, because the last one 3 years ago, which is in person, is Smith & Wollensky's down the street here, went for $4.6 million, and he has said that this is the last one. Yeah. And I think it's going to go for a little more than the 4.6. Don't you think? A
little out of your league?
Yeah, a lot out of my league, you guys.
Pinch.
Right.
A lot of shop talk.
Although Rochelle might come up for that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Done deal. Rochelle?
I do like my sweets. I mean, I might be willing to come up there.
Take that train up, right?